Welcome in all to first Storytime Sunday. I think I'm on Act 3, Chapter 3, whatever. Let's go. I think it's episode 3? Well, let's see where this leads. We clearly need to go somewhere, right? Ah, yes, we had a couple of leads. Cos, IO Corp, and Flower Mansion. I don't remember much, even though I edited these videos Okay, it's been a month. It's been a few months, I suppose. Let's go to Flower Mansion, see what's up in there. Something wrong?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You are forgiven.
I was wool gathering.
Wool gathering? Is that a saying or?
I see we've arrived at the Melody Flores residence. It's quite impressive.
It's a big house, man.
But that's to be expected, considering that she is still the majority owner of the Flower Cybernetics Group. Despite retiring from day-to-day operations at the company, I wonder how she and Hayden first began working together.
A question mark? We don't know. I'm sure we'll find out if we just go ask.
Sorry. Back on task. Is there anything you'd like to know before we head inside?
I would like to know where we were. I think we're gonna go through all of these just to get a backstory, I guess. Didn't Yannick say he and Melody had a falling out?
He did, and I can't shine much light on that.
Why not?
I know that System 1 worked with Flower to help develop the first operating systems for the Direct Link virtual reality implants, so perhaps it happened during that time. Also, Flower eventually went with a different company for future models of the implant, but there was never any public talk of a personal falling out between the heads of the companies. I'll scrape the mesh for more rumors, but they'll only be that, rumors.
No real information.
I can do my best to parse fact from fiction, but it blurs too much for me to be sure what's real.
It's not always easy to find, a veritable information. What can you tell me about Melody?
Not a whole lot.
Why did I somehow see this coming? Not much.
She's largely private, in contrast to her mother's penchant for courting a media circus.
I guess that makes sense.
Several biographies of former Flower executives show her as intensely passionate about demilitarizing the company to the point of absolute viciousness in the boardroom. But it's been a long time since her days of fighting for the company, and she's since stepped away from the helm. There's talk that she's lost her spine in her old age, but...
Yeah, but...
Well, I'd take that with a grain of salt. She may have retreated from the corporate battlefield, but you don't change the entire direction of a company as large as Flower if you're a quitter. Stay on your toes.
I ain't got no toe. Wait. Oh, I do. Yeah, I do. Never mind. Give me a rundown of Flower Cybernetics.
Flower Cybernetics was established in the early 2000s by Melody's mother, Antonella.
I wonder why there's no music in this part.
It started out developing cutting-edge medical tech, including advanced prosthesis and nanoparticle diagnostic and treatment technologies.
That sounds fancy.
They were vastly successful when they perfected the first synthetic nerve mesh, allowing direct connection and control between the nervous system and a cybernetic prosthesis.
Oh, okay.
The majority of their early projects were defense technologies for the American military.
America.
Developing ruggedized military prosthesis for use on injured soldiers, and then eventually electively for special forces. This research line culminated in the development of brain-controlled androids as shock troops, long since barred by international law.
Damn, dude. Got that far, huh?
Melody took over the company from her aging mother, and she fought against developing further military hardware from that point on.
Good girl.
She pushed the company to use the BCA technology for the company's original goals of medical advancement, as well as developing the first Direct Link virtual reality implants.
Gimme! I want one of those.
The company is largely successful on a global scale, despite continued legislative movement against extensive cybernetic use, especially brain implants.
Alright, let's go ahead, Henny.
No time like the present, then.
Present is not a time. Let me touch it.
These evergreens are perfectly sculpted. Be careful not to wreck the mold if you touch.
I don't give a fuck. Ding dong. Ring the doorbell. What the fuck? Is that a motherfucking polar bear? As a butler? The fuck? Hello? Is that a bear touring?
It appears so.
What? Is that an open invitation? The door is open, so...
Your guess is as good as mine. Mine says we can go in.
Yeah, that was literally my guess as well.
Should we?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Oh, wow. Swanky.
Swanky. I haven't heard that word in a while. Swanky.
What?
Nani?
I have been trying to increase my usage of colloquialisms. Is swanky too out of date?
Potentially.
It's certainly before my time.
Oh, Ms. Flores, excuse us for the intrusion. My name is Turing and...
Oh, I know who you are.
Oh, how do you know?
I can explain. I know you don't like Dr. Fairlight very much, but I assure you there's a situation.
Fairlight? I didn't realize Hayden's research had become a charity case.
What?
Though I suppose little boy Yannick will throw money at anything that raises his profile on the mesh.
Little boy Yannick? You really don't like him, huh?
Wait, you know Hayden? Also, we actually only just met Dr. Fairlight yesterday.
Oh, it's been that little.
Oh, that's too bad. Now Pat won't have to eat you.
I'm assuming Pat is the bear.
What?
Nani?
Though I'm not sure your gears would have been good for his digestion.
Actually, madam, I'm not comprised of gears.
Oh? Really?
Well, either way, he's on a diet. This philosophy is how I lead my life. Sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear, well,
Eats
he
you.
eats you.
Alright
Do
then.
you understand?
Sure. Are we gonna eat the bear?
Not really.
Slightly confused. Visible confusion.
Look, I don't have all day to entertain you, Turing, nor your new friend. Not even for Hayden. You don't have time to waste if you're going to find him either.
What? Find him? But he's dead.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I was just thinking, what? Alright, let's say hi. Hi to Pat. So, girl and stuff. He seems confused. Can I touch him? Pat is Melody's butler, not yours. He will offer service when and only when his mistress permits. Oh, man. Oh, cats. Looks remarkably bored at all attempts at conversation. Yeah, that sounds like a cat. Can I pet it, though? You give the cat a pet. The name on her collar says Lily. Oh, let's talk to this use Melody. What happens if I try that? Try again when you have a trust fund or hold a majority of Fortune 500 company. Alright. What's up, girl?
If you were one of Fairlight's worker bees, you wouldn't have made it through the door. So why are you here to badger me about poor Hayden?
Maybe you have some information?
You have me at a disadvantage, Ms. Flores. You seem far ahead of us on this matter.
Just call me Melody, darling. And of course. But I'll share a secret or two with you.
I have so many questions. Do you know what's happened to Hayden?
That's a good question to start with.
I wish I didn't. Maybe you don't want to either.
Please, Melody, any information you might have.
Please, just a crumb of information. I don't know what's with the Italian accent.
We haven't had access to any of his research notes and couldn't track down any collaborators he may have been working with. Perhaps if we know more, we might be able to nail down a solid motive.
That's ideal.
Well, I don't know if I can speculate on that beyond the usual corporate infighting. Not that
Thanks.
Parallax is known for that, of course.
Of course not.
We had been catching up recently, and he mentioned feelings of being watched. He started to worry he had been discussing your development with the wrong people.
I feel like there was a mention of this like earlier episodes. Found some information about this, maybe. Could be wrong.
When he stopped returning my calls, and now that you've shown up with a total stranger, it becomes clear what happened.
I'm only stranger to you, dude. Yes, I am calling this lady a dude. I don't give a shit.
I see. Can you tell us anything else about his disappearance?
Oh, I'm afraid not, dear. I've been around long enough to know what's coincidence and what isn't.
Well, Hayden's murder definitely wasn't a coincidence.
We were hoping you might be able to shine some light on my origins. Fairlight mentioned that you had worked with Hayden in the past.
I see Hayden didn't neglect curiosity in your personality makeup.
Of course not. That would be a crime.
Well, you and I haven't properly met, but considering how often Hayden badgered me for design schematics of Flower's latest neural implants, I might as well be your aunt?
Cute.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind being an aunt, even to a blue-headed robot.
Well, ain't that just lovely?
I'm touched, Melody.
Well then,
Yes,
I'm
you are.
willing to answer your questions. For now.
Alright, let's see. What's the story between you and Fairlight?
Oh, hell, that old bastard and I have been flashing daggers at each other for the better part of 20 years.
20 years.
I contracted out the software development for our first-gen direct-link VR neural implants to System 1. Things were going great. But after the first models sold like gangbusters, Yannick tried to get into bed with me. Literally.
Oh, shit, dude.
I turned him down. Very politely, I might add. And then, suddenly, all of the cooperation between our companies dried up.
Oh, he just wanted to get in bed with her. That's lame.
We've been at it back and forth ever since. I'd be damned careful about trusting him if I were you.
I don't know who to trust in this world.
He's a snake, and he'll do anything he can to get what he wants.
Snake, oh snake. Oh, it's a snake.
Still, I suppose if he tried again now, I might not turn him down. It would be fun to needle him about me still having my own company when he doesn't have his.
So hilarious. How did you help Hayden with Turing?
Indeed. I don't see the connection between your company and Hayden's research into machine sapience.
Oh, Hayden wasn't researching machine sapiens. At least not primarily.
Oh, really? What was he researching then?
Not to diminish the importance of your creation, Turing, but it's best you know the truth.
I like the truth.
Hayden is mainly interested in developing a way to transfer human consciousness into a machine matrix.
Oh, I see. Wait, does that mean if we find his body, we can transfer his consciousness into a machine matrix? That'd be cool.
You can see why neural implants would obviously be an integral part of that.
I could indeed.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Well, now you know. Now we know. Can you elaborate on your involvement in the stuff?
If you can even call it involvement.
So you didn't have much to do with it, huh?
It's a small city. And if you're in the tech sector, you are never more than 2 degrees removed from anyone else. When he started looking into this pet project of his, he came right up to my door and demanded access to the research logs behind our earlier implants.
He may indeed.
Cheeky, but it was impactful and disruptive, as they like to say around here. I couldn't care less about Flower's patents anymore, so I gave him what he wanted, just to see what he would do.
Well, what did he do?
I'm frankly more impressed than I expected I would be, but don't tell him that.
I don't think I can. Man's fucking dead.
Don't worry.
I won't.
I won't.
Poor Turing, man.
Oh, that was a compliment, dear.
Right. Hayden wasn't invested in Turing's development? Sure he was.
I didn't say that.
No. Yeah, I don't know where that got that from.
Hayden was quite interested in Turing, even if he is just a step to further research. In fact, he was preparing to publish his findings involving Turing. And I know it's going to make one heck of a splash in the scientific community.
Sploosh!
See, the most impressive part about you, Turing, is that you're surprisingly stock.
stock?
I assure you, Melody, my construction involves only the latest and greatest in ROM prototype technology.
That's what I thought anyway.
Exactly. You're not off the shelf, but you're still just a souped-up ROM, more or less like every other one out there.
Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah, so not like all custom made.
Your personality algorithms are impressive, but they don't require some new space-age technology to work. Hayden is going to propose that human consciousness transference does not require special brain-like hardware architecture, but merely the right software wrapper to interface with the hardware.
That'd be convenient.
Much like how you function.
Me?
I
Turing?
suppose that is correct. Still, my personality matrices do take up substantial amounts of my processing power. Wouldn't custom hardware have capabilities that better serve such a demanding specialized task?
Sure. There's still plenty of reason in trying to make a computer that works just like a human brain. Efficiency is an important part of that.
Yeah, human brains are efficient, man. Well, some human brains anyway. I'm not sure mine is very efficient. I forget a lot of things.
But if Hayden can emulate the human mind in existing technology, it means we can start the immortality now, rather than waiting for hardware to catch up with Hayden's software.
Unlimited power! Or at least unlimited life, I guess.
Frankly, I'm not terribly interested in living forever. But there's more than enough people who are.
Hey, samesies. I don't want to live forever. Just watch all my friends die. No thanks. I'd rather die first. How would Turing's development help with digitizing the human mind?
The concept of transferring the human mind into a computer has been an attractive goal for decades. Functional immortality is
Amazing.
powerful lure.
Oh. Well, same thing, different words, right?
The brain is an immensely complicated machine, and even though we know the right buttons to push to make pictures show up, we still can't replicate the entire thing as a technological construct. Even with the virtual reality implants, we're really just relying on the brain's ability to make sense of nonsensical signals. So Hayden decided the best way to make a machine more like the human brain would be to work in the opposite direction.
So make the human brain more like a machine then?
Instead of mimicking how the human brain worked, he started writing code that mimicked the functioning of the human mind.
Brain-mind, what's the difference?
Think of it like convergent evolution. Two species adapt in similar ways, but on completely different continents.
See. That doesn't really clear things up, but sure. Not for me, anyway.
Hayden is a crack programmer when it comes to information collating.
Crack?
It's why Parallax hired him when they did.
Drugs? Gimme.
So he wrote a bunch of self-modifying learning algorithms that were, frankly, baffling and let them loose. Poke and prod them here and there to make sure they value the same things humans do. And we eventually end up with you, Turing.
Interesting.
Intriguing, but highly disturbing.
Hayden never revealed any of this to me.
I imagine he's pretty tight-lipped.
Well, especially now.
You were the first prototype he considered a real success, and he was afraid of contaminating your development before he had a chance to make good observations.
Contaminating how?
Thank you for this, Melody. I understand so little of my origins.
Well, I'm sorry I don't know more of the specifics.
Still, it's better than nothing, I think.
Hayden kept me up to date on his progress, but only in the vaguest of ways. If you can hunt down his notes, I'm sure they'll tell you more.
Where could those be?
Of course, we'll keep looking.
I think that's everything we need to know. No more questions for you, lady.
Good. I can get back to my retirement.
Thank you for your time, Melody. We'll be in touch later.
Oh, one more piece of information for you, if you'd like it.
Fuck yeah. Give me all the info.
I've got the contact info for a Vincent Mensa, who I think might be of help to you.
Mensa? It's almost like the intelligence quantity thingamabob. association, I guess.
Vincent was working more closely with Hayden inside Parallax, mostly on his company-approved research on data collating algorithms for the mesh. I'll send him a message and ask him to meet you somewhere.
That'd be helpful. Thanks.
He owes me a favor anyway, and might be able to give you some more information on anything else Hayden may have been working on.
Sounds good to me, man.
That would be fantastic, Melody.
It's kind of cute, even though it's basically a robot dude.
Perhaps Golden Gate Park.
Be careful, Turing. I don't like Fairlight's stench all over this scenario. Don't show him too many of your cards.
How can we trust you, though? Don't know that we can trust you either.
Cards?
Confused.
This euphemism is unfamiliar to me.
Don't tell him anything if you can. Fairlight is more dangerous the more he's informed.
Thank you, Aunt Melody. Wish us luck.
Hey, she's on now. Cute. Let's get the frag out of here. Did we actually get a place to go, or? We did. Wait. What about this? Well, okay, fine. GG Park. Let's go. Guy. Let's look at the guy. Look at Guy. Never seen this person. They appear to be waiting for somebody. Could it possibly be us? Perhaps this is who you're supposed to meet. More than likely. Alright, let's talk to this. Talk to Guy. This reminds me of Dragon Ball Z with Vegeta and stuff with the power. What was it called? I don't think it was called Power Scanner, but you know, the thing they scan power levels with. He can help us.
I don't really have time to talk. I'm waiting for someone.
That's more than likely us.
Are you Vincent Mensa? We're here for a meeting on behalf of Melody Flores.
Behalf? No, we're on behalf of us ourselves.
Oh, good. You're Melody's people.
Yeah.
Do you have everything that I asked for?
There must be some miscommunication.
What did you ask for?
Melody said that you would be able to provide us with some information about Hayden Weber's projects within Parallax. He has gone missing, and any information we get may be useful.
I don't think missing is the right word to use anymore.
Damn that old woman.
Okay. Sorry.
What?
What? Nani? She fooled him?
We had a deal. She promised me, and I'm not giving up anything until I get what I need.
Alright, what did she promise you?
I already know Hayden is missing. Why else would I be willing to sell corporate secrets to Flower? This was my chance to get out of the city.
You want out?
Instead, she sends the two of you, hat in hand with nothing.
What a vic. It's not our fault.
I'm assuming you're Hayden's little pet AI?
I mean, I guess he's not blaming us for it, but still. Pet AI, sure.
Insulting, but accurate.
Truth hurts, buddy.
Look, I'm sorry to come off callous. I do want to help.
Do you though?
Hayden was a colleague and a friend, and I want to know he's okay.
Well, he is not. Abso-fucking-lutely not.
But I also need help getting the hell out of Neo SF, and now. My info is my leverage, and it's not for free.
I'm sure we can help.
I'll just have to find another buyer. Maybe after I make another deal, I'll be able to pass it to you.
Perhaps we could assist you? My friend here is a terrific journalist. Being skilled at hunting down people and information is part of the job.
Terrific, I wouldn't say that.
I don't know. Look, I need 100,000 credits, an untraceable car, and a fake passport for me and my wife, Francesca.
I'm not sure those are something we can provide.
If you can get me all that, I'll give you anything you want. Hayden's research notes, what I know about Parallax, my company's security credentials, whatever.
Damn, even the security credits? Alright, well, that would be extremely handy.
If you're really sure journals can come up with that kind of stuff in one day.
Oh, we might be able to do that. The only thing I can think of is maybe using Fairlight for that. Well, let's see where this goes.
Might?
Do you mind answering some other questions first?
Dear God, I'm doomed.
Don't be such a bummer.
Melody only gave us a rough sketch of what you need. The more you can tell us about the situation, the sooner we can fulfill your request.
Sure. As long as it isn't the juicy stuff.
Do you know anything about Hayden's disappearance?
Nothing concrete. I probably wouldn't have noticed anything out of the ordinary. I mean, Hayden goes out for a couple days all the time, right? conferences and guest teaching. He doesn't exactly share his itinerary with me. I tried asking around and no one will say anything. If he had jumped ship, went to a different company, it would be the talk of the week at the water coolers.
The water coolers? Well...
Instead, dead silence.
Yes, emphasis on the word dead.
Thankfully, he allowed me to keep backups of most of his work, simply because I cross-referenced it so much. He didn't like having it all in one place anyway. Bring me what I asked for, and I'll tell you more.
That was very nice of him. What are you so adamant about getting out of Neo SL?
Because Parallax is rotting from the inside out. Hayden going missing is the last straw, and it's a big-ass straw.
Big ass straw.
There is... how do I put this without giving it away?
You don't.
There's a new project about to roll out, and it's going to change everything about how Parallax does their business worldwide.
Please tell us more.
Since the launch of the MeshNet, we've had some board shakeups, and the people at the top are different from the ones who've previously run the company. The altruism the company displayed in the past is gone. They're harder, more ruthless, and more concerned with profits and power than ever before.
Ain't that the way, man? Ain't that the way?
Not just richest company in the valley power either. Real power. My guess? Parallax got rid of Hayden because he was about to do something that would get in the way of that.
Yeah, this is getting deeper and deeper.
If they're willing to get rid of the brightest mind on their payroll, what's to stop them from getting rid of me? There's a half dozen people who could do my job.
What do you even do there? I don't know if he answered.
So I'm getting out before I accidentally step on the wrong person's toes and end up at the bottom of the bay.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, what do you do for Parallax? There's the question.
I'm the head applications engineer for their data analysis division.
Yeah, that makes sense then.
Or maybe was, is what I should be saying.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
If Hayden is the big brain who comes up with the math that runs the search algorithms, I'm the guy who figures out how to collect and apply the data that we get. We've worked pretty closely for years, but he's head and shoulders above me as far as theory goes. Hayden built a fully independent machine intelligence in his spare time.
Yeah, just casually, you know. No biggie.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash myself here.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
I'm a good software engineer. Probably one of the best. But machine intelligence? In a form factor like yours? Now that blows my mind. We've got full immersion, virtual reality, yet most people would still call you science fiction.
If you say so.
Whatever. Thank you. We'll go get those things for you.
I need to make some calls, and this park ROM is fun. I want to poke at it a bit.
Are you sure you're allowed to just touch it?
If you do manage to get what I need, bring it here today and you'll get anything you want. Forwarding photos and info for the passports to Turing now. And I really hope you can do this.
I kinda hope too, because otherwise, where the fuck else do we go for information like this?
I'd rather give it to you than some other corporation anyway. See you soon.
See you, buddy.
I'm not quite sure where to get fake passports or an untraceable car.
Hey, same.
The only shady folks we know are those punks who vandalized Hayden's apartment.
Well, maybe Tomcat could help? I don't know.
I doubt they could point us in the right direction, but a long shot is better than no shot. We don't know where they are, though, so for now we should focus on getting the money for Mr. Mensa.
How the fuck are we gonna do that?
Maybe Dr. Fairlight or Melody could spot us the credits. That certainly is no small amount, but is unlikely to cause much consternation for either of them, assuming they are as dedicated to helping as they claim. Melody is assumably home as usual, and Fairlight did let us know he'd be at the hospital. We could ask either of them for assistance. Up to you to decide which would be a better course of action.
Go and ask Fairlight. Fairlight, we're coming for you. Thanks, but no, I need to talk to Yannick Fairlight.
I didn't expect to see you so soon. Have you had a break in the case?
Just some information.
I've been receiving odd phone calls from strangers all day long. So I'm curious to know if your efforts have proven more productive.
What the hell was that sound? That's weird.
I hope my suggestion to speak with Melody Flores panned out.
Sure did.
It did. She pointed us towards a Parallax researcher willing to sell us information.
Unfortunately, we don't have the money.
Ah, wonderful. So then I assume...
Don't make us beg, please.
The information should be good.
Ah, I see. How much?
100,000 credits in cash.
I know it's a lot of money.
Ah, for someone selling a Parallax secret, they ought to have asked for more.
Oh,
I'll message Leon and have him gather the cash. As long as you're willing to pass on anything that might be of interest to me.
damn, he's very kind. Well, I don't know if kind is the right word, but he's very giving. I think we trust him, even after what Flores said.
Information from inside Parallax could be just as valuable to me as it will be to you.
That sounds fair, Dr. Fairlight. Right?
Hey, all the rhyming. Sure.
Glad we can help each other.
Friends will be friends. Well, no, we're not friends, I guess, but could be.
Now, it will take a little time for Leon to run this errand for us.
How long?
Perhaps the two of you wouldn't mind keeping an old man company? My treatments can be discomforting. A distraction would be welcome.
Maybe?
I think we can spare a few extra minutes.
Minutes. I was thinking more like hours.
I'd ask about the investigation, but I imagine you're still missing half the puzzle pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather see the picture once it's completed.
That's fair.
Perhaps there's
Mr.
a
Light.
tale you'd like me to tell?
These are all interesting choices. Maybe we can go through all of them? Let's start with, how did you and Melody come at odds?
That is a bit embarrassing. The folly of a younger man, I assure you.
I mean, we already heard her version of the story, I suppose. Let's see what Mr. Yannick Fairlight has to say.
Our companies work together to develop the first generation of virtual reality neural implants. Really impressive work. Though, I don't know if anything could impress me more than Miss Flores. It was rare for me to feel so completely outmatched in every way. It was thrilling, intoxicating. The power she had over a room was mesmerizing.
Felt that.
Riding high on the success of our joint venture, I asked her, quite brashly, if she could continue to outmatch me in different ways.
Just be like, just out with it. We already know her side, so just say it how it is.
I am ashamed to admit that I didn't take her rejection with grace. I directed our company to sabotage the neural implant program, but she was already 3 steps ahead, laughing over my defeat.
See it, dude.
We've been at odds ever since,
So I've heard.
but I have never married, and neither has she.
Maybe there's still time.
Sometimes enemies can be closer than our allies in a certain light. Perhaps it's time to bury the hatchet.
I'd be curious to see if that's actually what happens.
I wouldn't object to spending the rest of my time with a respected adversary. I shall send her a correspondence.
I like how they both are kind of like, maybe I should give them another chance. It's kind of cute in a way.
I wish you luck, Dr. Fairlight. Melody is still quite sharp in every sense of the word.
She is.
I would expect nothing less from a woman of her caliber. She is irreplaceable.
How were you ousted from the Parallax board of directors?
A dastardly tale.
Dastardly. What a fun word. Dastardly. It's like bastard, but not the same at all, right?
After the merger, I was given the position of Chief Technology Officer and was tasked with integrating System 1's Lips OS and Parallax's web search products.
Leaps. What was that shortening of? I don't remember.
Things were going well, especially with Hayden's newest work, pushing the boundaries of what could be done with the technology, until the board started the MeshNet project.
Then everything went to shit.
It was ambitious and has proven to be a game changer in the long run. But at the time, the board was blind to the possible weaknesses in the system, and I fought long and hard for more time and resources to make sure the new network was secure.
Didn't Tom get like hacked into Parallax at one point? Went to jail for it or something? Can't remember.
A breach of the system could leak millions of users' data, and would deal a nasty blow to the company at a time when it was still getting its feet settled. They overrode my objections and launched the damn project early, trying to plump up a lean quarter. You should know the rest.
Yeah, things went to shit.
Some child tore a hole in the network a mile wide. The entire company had egg on its face for months until they could patch the security weaknesses.
As Tomcat for you. Wonder if we can go talk to her still. Probably later on at least.
And despite the fact that I had made calls for more time from day one, they used the event as a reason to ask me to step down as CTO. I was a troublesome relic from System 1, and they were tired of fighting me, no matter how right I was.
That must have been frustrating, knowing you were right and being muscled out anyway.
Unfortunate chain of events, for sure.
Frustrating is only one of many words for it, Turing. But it was also a long time ago. I have other pursuits now.
Like Trivial Pursuit? That was a horrible joke, I'm sorry. Perhaps there's something Turing would like to hear?
Oh, yes. Perhaps you could tell us a story about Hayden? As we've been pulling on the loose ends of his life, I've discovered that I know so little about him.
Oh, this is a serious plot moment because the music just stopped. That's how I know.
His time with me was such a small taste.
I too only know a little about Hayden, but it was a different time. After the merger, the board of directors and I decided that I would oversee the same research division Hayden was a part of. I first met him the day he stormed into my office and slammed his files down on my desk. To hear him tell it, his direct superior was stifling his attempts to develop a new search algorithm, calling it a waste of time.
But of course.
I should have disciplined him for insubordination, as the management structure is there for a reason, but, well, I admired his spirit, and I read over his proposal. It was solid, so I greenlit it.
That's late, dude.
I recall he spent one furious weekend pushing our supercomputer to the limits with his calculations, and dropped the results in front of me the following Monday, almost too exhausted to stand.
Just been staying out the whole weekend. Good lord.
He knew how to command a room in his own way, a talent few men of the mind have.
What was the proposal?
You, Turing.
As I said, it was a new search algorithm, one that correlated the user inputs on the Lips OS with search terms to give more relevant predictive results to a specific user. It would measure all types of data that we regularly collect, and then use those elements to quickly and accurately determine the user's age, gender, interests, even their immediate desires.
That does not sound good, man. I mean, for them, surely, but like, that's quite a bit of private information right there.
Very dicey stuff to keep as useful data, but Hayden's algorithms were solid. After a little work, search results became almost 25% more desirable to the user upon implementation.
Did that just like slurp it all up, or were there some resistance to it? Like, hey, this is kinda insulting our privacy and such, but there was.
I'm not sure anyone else could have pulled it off, but it earned him his own research team. He was a whirlwind during those days.
He always seemed so calm and patient. It's hard to imagine him storming into anyone's office like that.
Younger days, friend. Younger days.
Well, he was a younger man then.
Like I said.
It's easy for the young to bulldoze through problems. As you get older, even talents like Hayden have to learn to work through a problem instead of burning a path. When you get to be my age, you'll be lucky to have any energy left to budge.
I'm just 30 and I barely have any energy left sometimes. Right.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight.
Running out of time, Dr. Fairlight.
Of course. Don't let my ramblings keep you.
I will not.
Time waits for no one, including robots, as the case may be. Leon should be downstairs waiting for you with the credits you need.
Hey.
Good luck and Godspeed, my friends.
Well, we still need was it like a non-trackable car, I think?
Thank Thank you again, Dr. Fairlight.
So generous. Just casually giving us
There you are.
100,000.
I was afraid Fairlight would talk your ears off until your bones turned to dust like his.
So funny.
Or, well, I guess you don't have bones, Turing. Maybe until your circuits oxidized?
Good enough.
Man, modern technology really screws up good old colloquialisms.
I feel your pain, Mr. Decker. I am constantly amazed at the sheer number of sayings and permutations of sayings one must memorize as a matter of course while using English. Keeping up is a veritable nightmare.
No kidding. At least you have the entire mesh hooked right into your brain, eh? The rest of us just have to do with the meat. Anyway, Yannick had me get you two some cash.
Oh, briefcase? Full of cash.
Not sure what you did to pry it out of the old man, but I wish I was getting Christmas bonuses like this.
Sorry.
We have a meeting with someone who might be able to give us answers and is offering valuable information.
We just need the fucking money.
Information can be real expensive, but still,
Tell me.
if you decide to blow it all on something fun, don't forget your old friend Decker, alright? I know some spots to drop a little unmarked cash, if you catch my meaning.
I get it.
Certainly, Mr. Decker.
Turing is not so sure.
That's the spirit. You got my number. Oh, by the way,
Yes.
I managed to track down those kids you sent me after, and even made it back with Hayden's data cache too. So, mission accomplished.
Oh, what? We did that? Holy shit.
This is excellent news, Decker. Thank you so much.
That's a big old win for our books.
Don't mention it. They were just some punks with too much free time on their hands. Not exactly hardened criminals.
Hell yeah. Isn't that what I think that's what we went to look for in episode 2?
I had been tracking them for a while, and they ended up getting pinched when they tried to sneak past the body scanners down at the mall movie theater. Once the alarms went off, I just sat back, ate some popcorn, and enjoyed my own private comedy starring the punks and the cop.
Nice.
I think the officer got suspicious when she found the spray paint on them. The blue-haired one did manage to stash the data cache before she took them out. Too bad he didn't know I was there. Easy pickup. But still, a pretty slick move on his part. I think they'll be good citizens yet.
What a mad lad. Thanks, Leon. I appreciate the help.
No problem. Have fun with it. Anyway, see you around.
Oh yes, fun. Reading files. So much fun.
We should check the police department and see if Lexi can pull some strings.
Okay.
They might agree to help us if we get them off the hook for stealing the data cache.
I don't know about that.
Oh, Tomcat said that we should drop the data cache off with Majid at Stardust when we get a chance.
Majid? Who was that again? Is that the bartender?
They'll need to decrypt it to see if there is anything useful left inside.
I don't think his name was Majid.
We still have things to do before we can meet back up with Mr. Mensa.
Yeah, we need the car. Alright, I guess we go to Stardust then? Or no? We go to the police station first. Got it.
I didn't expect you to show up here.
And here we are, friend.
I was just about to wrap up booking these two, now that they've had a little time to sit underneath the weight of their shenanigans.
Oh, those are the punks that Lecker found.
Who the hell is this chump?
It's a me. What?
The ROM is owned by the guy whose place you trashed. They're both helping clean up your mess.
Huh. We didn't do nothing that bad. This is bullshit. Oh, my dad's gonna kill me.
Well, maybe you shouldn't thrash people's places.
Yeah, well, you should have thought of that before you decided to take your street art to the wrong street.
Exactamente.
A little community service never hurt anyone. It'll be a learning experience.
I feel like he's not gonna see it that way.
And we would have gotten away with it too, if it weren't for... Chad, shut up!
Oh? Hello? Information is for me?
Don't call me that, Ollie! I told you I'm Starfucker now!
Starfucker? Kids these days, man.
So what's the point of watching all those ancient cartoons with you if I can't use the joke?
Don't dig us any deeper. We're in enough trouble as it is.
They say it in every episode!
What? Starfucker?
We're not on a television show, jerk. We were arrested by real cops.
What? You think they haven't seen the show?
Why is she doing that?
Why do you always think everything is a damn joke, asshole?
Damn, dude. He's mad as well.
Oh, now look who's swearing. Goody two-shoes.
Boys, if we're done arguing.
Definitely not.
Yes, ma'am.
Why won't your sunglasses or whatever stay on your nose? Did you lose your nose, man?
Yeah, whatever.
So, what brings you to my lair?
Whatever. I have just the idea for their community service.
Oh, great. Now what? We gotta pick up your dog's shit or something?
You wanna? I don't have a dog, though.
I don't think it's about a dog.
Correct.
How would you know, Ollie? You Frederick Jenks now?
Ooh.
How do you even know who that is?
I got into your vintage games. I'm totally nailing the detective references today.
Do the two of you ever shut up?
Oh, don't make Lexi mad. Don't do it. Not a good idea.
I swear I should lock you up just to spare the city of your ceaseless jabbering.
That's the spirit.
My position as a servant of the public demands it.
I'm not sure bad referential humor is illegal, ma'am.
Dude, bad? You're supposed to be on my side.
Wrong.
Ugh.
We really could use their assistance, Detective Rivers. It's my apartment in a way. Isn't it up to me to decide whether I press charges?
He's making a good point.
Not even remotely.
Oh, never mind.
But fine, take him. I can't handle being within earshot of the blue one any longer.
Aw, I thought we were really making a connection, Detective.
Sorry about Chad, ma'am. He doesn't mean harm. We're very grateful.
I'm sure he does mean harm.
We both need to check in with our families first, so we'll meet the two of you back on Market Street, if that's okay.
Of course. We'll meet you there, Oliver.
How do we know they're gonna show up, though?
What a waste of my time.
Sorry again, Lexi. We'll make sure they're useful to the case.
Don't worry. It's a hassle, but you know what we say. Gold in peace, iron in war.
Right.
Back to the grind again. Stay safe, deputies.
We're deputies now? Did we just get promoted? Hell yeah. To the Parky Poo. Sorry, the Market Street. Close enough. Oh, it's still snowing here? Wait, why? How come you're back here in the snow? Why are you out here all alone?
Nah, the cold weather has made organizing demonstrations a bit difficult, to say the least.
I thought I turned the weather machine off, but I guess not.
But I refuse to relent in our mission. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, I will not rest until I stop these abominations from undoing God's almighty work.
I don't like you, dude. Sup, Oliver?
The two of you are like a fuzzed synthwave, even if you got us off the hook for that apartment job.
Fucking starfuck.
We appreciate that, by the way.
Let's just get this over with. Riding this out is freaking exhausting. Then we'll be all squared up. For good.
Right. What do you need us to do?
All kinds
We
of shit.
need some assistance with some illicit activity that, statistically, individuals in your age bracket are likely to have experience with.
Oh, so this is one of those things where you need a streetwise kid to show you the ropes. So, what's the thread?
Steal a car, please.
B&E, war driving, copyright infringement, search bombing?
Is search bombing actually illegal?
What's surge bombing?
It's against the terms of service, so probably, at least in California.
Oh, this is the fake IDs. We need to buy some fake IDs today, if possible. Please.
Oh, that's nothing. If you can pay.
Can we?
Ollie can whip up a couple that'll work good enough to get you past a bouncer or a cop doing sniff tests. He's a wizard with a printer and a lifted wallet.
I'm not sure that's good enough.
It's more complicated than that.
Ultra.
We need falsified passports that can get two people past the border safely.
Oh, yeah, I don't think Ollie can do that. Can you?
Ollie, please help. Pull the hoop.
Not without equipment a lot more expensive and illegal than what I already have.
Damn it.
What about that guy who got Elise that unrestricted mesh card when she was on probation?
Who's Elise?
That's not really the same thing, Chad. But it wouldn't hurt to give him a call.
Do what you must.
Give me a few minutes. This guy is pretty sketchy, very cloak and dagger. I'll have to play middleman.
Excellent. I'll forward you the relevant documents and photos.
Oh man, now I'm starting to feel left out. Ollie gets to show off all his cool connections. You sure you don't need someone's head kicked in a little? That's my area of expertise in our little duo.
I should keep that in mind. I'm sure there's a time when that's needed.
Well, that and petty larceny.
We might have something that will suit your skill set. Let's just get the passports first, if you can stay calm for that long.
They can.
You sure yap a lot more than any of the ROMs I've ever owned. What's the deal?
He's a big boy.
You installed some new conversation routines Ollie ain't had the chance to nerd out about yet?
It's a little bit more complex than that, buddy.
Well, they're top notch. Very bleeding edge.
I don't run traditional ROM VI personality software. I am, in fact, the first fully sapient machine intelligence. Well, at least that I know about.
Which means what exactly? In English.
That was English. Learn to speak.
It means he's a person, Chad, not a toy. Now keep it down. I'm still on the phone.
Oops. And yes, what he said.
Oops. Oopsie poopsie.
Well, that's awesome. You ain't so bad. For a tin can.
Tin can?
Thanks, I guess.
Really?
He didn't like that. Turing will remember this.
I'm composed almost entirely out of plasteel and silica. Has no one come up with better insults for robots since the turn of the century?
No.
ROMs have been out for almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
2 decades.
That's a good point.
So late 2040s?
Give me a sec. I'm pretty good at name calling too.
Do we really need to hear that?
Oh no, I'm sorry I brought it up.
Just hold on a second. Underclocked? Oh, BitBrain!
Wow. Emotional. Damn it.
Don't hurt yourself, Chad.
Roasted.
I'll get back to you, Bubblehead.
Yeah, that was pretty weak.
I talked to the guy. He said he'll do it, but he only works in trade. A couple of passports are gonna run us one signed poster for Magical Commander Yukino. Yukino at the Gates to the Deep?
The what now?
Course. It's always that Japanese crap.
Oh, he's a weeb.
It's not my fault they make the best VR dramas.
Where are we gonna get one of those then?
Maybe
Signed.
you can do better?
Probably.
Anyway, where can we get a poster like that?
And get it signed.
I'm not sure. Probably nearby. I've done switches with this guy before, and he never asks for something that'll take too long to get.
Oh, I might know where to get one.
My guess is he's a local that uses people like us as a way to nab something he's had his eye on.
Potential. There's the cafe with the lady that's into Japanese stuff, I think.
We'll help you look for it.
How very kind of you. Chad and Oliver joined your party. Oh shit, we have a party now? I don't know what that means in this game. There's no combat or anything. And open.
Oh,
wow.
there it is!
Huh?
I knew I saw a poster for Magical Commander Yukino somewhere around here.
I still remember this. I remember that this is the most possible place to find one.
I should have remembered Ramona had one.
Ramona, that's her name. That I didn't remember.
You know this lady?
Sure. We talk sometimes when I'm getting our drinks. You're usually too busy provoking people to notice.
You call it provoking. I call it spontaneous enthusiasm for healthy rivalry.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it that either.
There's a bit of a line. We'll have to wait a few minutes before we can talk to her.
We could just do a smash and grab. Simple and effective.
No, Mr. Starfucker, no.
We can't do that. She knows who we are.
Us too.
This is the most boring felony I've ever been an accessory to.
Look, we'll just stand in line.
Yeah, just wait a moment, man. It's that simple.
Like a bunch of clumps? Jumps?
Clumps.
What is the big picture anyway, Blue Bomber?
Blue Bomber.
I'm not sure it's wise to spread it around, Chad, for either of us. The less you know, the less reason anyone has to bother you.
Screw that, Static. I'm not heading to juvie not knowing what for. Spill the beans, or I'll spill them for you.
Beans? Built like a big bean.
Your persistence is already legendary, Chad.
Well, his name is Chad.
Fine. If you really must know, we are going to trade the passports for some information regarding the disappearance of my creator.
Oh, why are we telling them this? Can we trust these fuckers? The star fucker, especially?
His apartment was the one you trashed.
Oh shit, that Hayden dude is your dad? And they snatched him? Oh, that's so messed up.
That's fucked up. They did more than just snatch him, dude.
Well, Dad, after a fashion, he raised me.
Man, I hope you find the dudes that took him. I hope he's okay.
If only. Why? Surely we can find them.
Oh man, I don't know what to say. You know? I mean, I still have my dad, but he's...
Chad?
Yes? Are we getting a sad moment here?
He's never really been around. Too busy trying to save the world from itself.
What does your dad do?
Even now, he's over there standing in front of that damn clinic.
Oh, no way! Brian Mulberry is Starfucker's dad. I mean, Chad's dad. What? So they are connected then. The thrashing of the place and, well, not necessarily connected in the way that dad, aka Brian Mulberry, told them to trash it. No fucking way. What a revelation.
And I thought I could find a way to make him...
Proud of me?
Whatever. I might as well nuke that drive.
Drive?
It ain't gonna sink.
I think I understand what you mean, Chad.
What happened?
Hell yeah! Dudes gotta stick together, you know?
Hell yeah!
Dudes?
Oh, Turing.
Don't matter if you're a robot or what. We all got the same shit to deal with. Gotta grab destiny by the horns and make your own mark.
Well, make it your bitch. Smarter than you look, Chad.
People keep saying that, and I keep wanting to punch them for it.
It's probably the hair.
A reasonable response.
You think? Well, I ain't willing to give up my dude just so people will think I'm a brain. Got an image to protect.
I still think it would be better in yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah? Maybe we can get a box of dye on the way home.
I guess I could see that. Can you finally talk to Ramona now?
Let's go talk to Ramona.
Finally. We need that fucking poster, mate. Is it this one? That's the only one I think that even remotely looks like something that could be Yukino. Ramona! It's been a while, girl. Catch up.
Well, if it isn't the luckiest jerk I've ever seen in my life.
Huh?
I had to schedule a specialist to come fix my ROM,
Oh.
and you better hope they can.
Oh, did we break it? I don't remember.
Oh well, all's well that ends well. I underestimated how much people would appreciate an early Christmas.
Yeah, it was still snowing. To be fair, it's been only like 2 days since we did that in-game time. Maybe.
Anyway, hey Ollie.
Salutations, Ramona.
What can I do for you all?
Ahem.
Oh, this is my friend, Chad.
Nice to meet you.
Giga Chad.
Yeah, you too.
We were hoping you might be able to give us your assistance, Ms. Rogers.
Ramona Rogers? I did not remember her surname. Well, to be fair, I didn't remember her first name either, so I don't have much room to say anything.
We want to make a trade for that magical Commander Yukino poster over there. It's necessary for us to get some pretty important information.
No way! Not happening. Nuh-uh. Yukino is off limits.
Man, why is everything so difficult in this game? It's literally like, aha, information! But you also need to get this guy 100,000 credits and passwords so they can get the fuck out of here. And then for the passwords, you need to get some dude some fucking signed weed poster. And then, I don't know what she wants. This is literally a matter of life and death, Ramona, please.
How does life and death depend on a nerdy poster?
Well, you see...
Look, I don't even care. That poster was signed by Takeko herself. It's one of a kind, and I'm not giving it up.
Takeko. Well, I was gonna say, can we just at least loan it? But I don't think that would work.
I'd rather not drag you any further into this than necessary, but I promise that we're not overstating it. This is a dire situation and people have already died.
Jeez. Look, whatever you're doing sounds sketch as hell. I and Magical Commander Yukino herself want no part in it.
Can't blame her, honestly.
I don't even see how the poster can help.
Man, you nerds sure do love your cheap crap from the net.
Ouch.
Cheap crap? I'll have you know that poster is worth hundreds of credits. Maybe more.
I knew she was gonna be mad at that chap.
Takeko passed away years ago, so there aren't any more of them getting signed.
Oh shit.
It's special.
Sure it is.
Damn, girl. Rrr. Walking raw, mate.
He doesn't get it. He's not in the fandom.
Thankfully.
We can get you another. It'll only take a few days. I really don't wanna have to do this, but if we have to, we have to. Well, let's try this one first.
It's not just a poster. poster. It was a gift from someone.
Oh, so it also has sentimental value. Shit.
Someone I care about, okay? Besides, you can't get another one. Takeko passed away a few years ago.
Well, surely someone would be willing to sell.
Perhaps there's something else that would make a suitable trade.
You aren't hearing me, are you? It has sentimental value. You can't replace that. Look, you'll just have to order something off the mesh. Because you can't have this one.
Oh, we don't have time. This lead will dry up by then.
Keep me out of this.
Okay, at least we can still plead. Like, please. Please give me the poster, man. Please. Please, Ramona. Please.
Okay, enough. How about this for a trade?
What you got planned, Ollie?
I have an original keyframe cell from Pretty Champion Sailor Sirius, signed by Takeko at home.
Pretty Champion Sailor series? I mean, that sounds like an actual anime.
Whoa! You have a signed Sailor Sirius cell? That's super rare. They stopped doing keyframes by hand right around the time of her death.
Do you have one of those, though?
You can't be serious, Ollie. You have that thing framed on your wall. And you wouldn't shut up about it for a week after you got it.
This is important, Chad.
Damn, he's a good kid.
You can't say you wouldn't do the same thing if someone had your dad. Think about Turing. I can't ask Ramona to give up something important to her if I'm not willing to do the same.
Maybe.
I like Ollie. Ollie's cool. I'm still not sure about Starfucker, aka Chad.
Look, okay, I don't know what's going on, but you can't give me that cell for the poster.
Why not? It's a fair trade.
But we need...
Yeah, you'll get the poster. Whatever you're doing, it must be really important if you'd be willing to give that up.
Aww.
Do you have something more equal to trade, Ollie?
A couple of things, maybe.
And we're still doing some sort of trade.
We'll talk about it then. Maybe you can find me another one, too.
Thanks. You're lovely, Ramona. What a champ. Ring.
Thank you, Ramona.
And now then, we can get the dude who wanted the poster to make us the fucking passports.
Yes! I can't tell you how much it means to us, Ms. Rogers.
She's always been cool, to be fair.
Sure. And, you think I could see that cell sometime, Ollie?
Of course! I'll bring it over when we talk about the trade.
So cool.
Careful not to lose it or break it. I think we're ready to leave then.
I don't like the way she was flirting with you, Ollie.
Ollie's like, huh? Flirting? No.
What are you talking about?
I know how these kind of characters work.
I know flirting when I see it, and I'm saying I don't like it. Not one bit.
Why not, though?
We just talk about old anime sometimes, Chad. Neither of us are interested in the other.
Are you sure about that?
Sure.
Well, we have the poster now. What's next?
Call the dude.
Go ahead and call this number, Turing.
We call the dude.
He'll want to set up the drop with you, now that I've introduced you to him.
I think that's fair.
Sure. Change the subject.
I'll call him right now then.
Do it.
You're the ones looking for some papers?
Nice, got some elevator music in the background. Nice.
We are, and we have the requested payment with us.
Good. We're gonna do this real professional-like. You know Stardust?
Sure do.
I do.
Head there. Leave the poster behind the Megaphobator arcade cabinet, and get out.
Megaphone. Oh, that's the gaming thing? That seems a little sketch.
Come back 10 minutes later, and your stuff will be behind the machine.
I understand.
Good. I'll be waiting.
Well, that was very mysterious.
Yeah, that's how this guy is. I don't even know his name. And I've been getting things from him for a few years now.
Who cares? Let him play Spy Master if he wants. Let's hurry up to Stardust and get this over with.
Starfucker to Stardust.
I've wasted enough of my day with this crap.
Hey, this is important shit.
Go inside to make the drop. We'll wait out here.
On
Yeah. Don't want to get her IDs taken.
my way.
I suppose I should feign surprise.
Hey, it's a pretty cool set. Even if it is like 1,000,000 years old.
What are we talking about?
They don't really care about the IDs unless you try to hit the bar.
Found that one out the hard way.
We would have been fine if you hadn't taken a swing at the bouncer.
But of course.
So I like the hard way.
Likes it hard, guys.
We'll be right back, gentlemen. Try not to set the building on fire while we're gone.
Open the goddamn door. It's been a while since we've been here. Oh, use an item. This way. There we go.
Well, that should do it. That
So-
was an awful lot of fuss over a poster. I just don't understand the appeal of merchandise like this. I keep my important possessions on my data drive.
We do work a little bit differently from your kind, Turing. You just don't have total recall like you do.
Ah, that is true. Ramona seemed more concerned with it being a gift from a friend than as an item of importance in its own right. Perhaps it is necessity to keep such things around as tokens from better times.
Maybe.
Perhaps I should pick up a few things from the apartment. Whatever's left.
He's becoming more and more human-like the more we continue the story, I think.
I do have perfect recall, but a few of Hayden's things would be nice reminders. Memories are better for remembering than reading.
Good point.
But that's enough navel gazing.
Navel gazing.
Let's head back outside so our benefactor can make the trade.
Now watch him just fucking steal it and not leave anything in there. Swear to
Y'all do
God.
the deal?
How did it go?
We left the poster behind the cabinet. Now we just need to wait for the switch.
I've never had to wait more than 5 minutes or so before. It shouldn't take long.
He did say 10 minutes over the phone.
I wonder how he knows the drop happened and gets to it so fast.
Don't matter. This guy's a solid feed, even if he likes to mess around.
What do you need these passports for anyway?
Can we actually tell?
You said to trade for information. But what's the full story?
Do you need to know, really?
Without going into too much detail, our informant needs to get out of Neo SF unnoticed. The passports are one part of that. We also need to obtain an untraceable car.
Good point. I forgot about the car already.
I don't suppose the two of you could help with that?
I do actually suppose the two of them could help us with that.
No way, dude.
Oh no?
Grand Theft Auto is a felony with a capital F.
That's a felony.
Besides, getting an untraceable car ain't in the same league as a piece of plastic that'll fool a hand scanner.
Chad's right.
But...
Of course I'm right.
The city's traffic management system keeps track of all vehicles passively. Even if you manage to circumvent their firmware and keep them from actively reporting to the network, you have to spoof the car as something permitted to be invisible for the CTOS to ignore it.
Oh, I see.
I don't want to mess with boosting cars anyway.
You sure about that?
The junks run that racket in Neo SF, and they don't play nice.
The junks. A gang?
Especially with the HR.
Well, thank you either way. You've both done us a huge favor. Call it even for the apartment.
Yeah, Blue. No hard feelings.
I'm blue. No.
You give us a call if you need anything else. Long as it'll help you find your pops.
We should get going, though. We were supposed to be home hours ago.
My dad won't notice, but Ollie's will flip.
Do a backflip.
You take care. Don't get derezzed.
Derezzed? When I don't know what that means.
Let's finish the trade inside.
Oakley dokley. Like I said, what should not be there? Swear to God. I use it? Oh, they are there. Okay, cool.
Here the passports are, just as advertised. Now we need to find a car. Jess is right over there. Perhaps she may know someone who can lend a hand.
Jazz? Oh boy. We have some history with her. May have upset her once or twice, but I think our relationship is fixed. Sure, but you can do the talking.
Good thinking.
Me not so good with words. Let's go see. Hello.
Oh, look. It's my favorite human and the mechanical sidekick.
Hi. What's up, girl?
Did you find your guy? Or wait, let me guess. There's something else you need from me.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't been terrible to deal with so far, so I'm willing to hear you out. Barely.
That's better than nothing, right?
We need access to an untraceable car. An informant of ours needs to get out of the city without attracting the attention of Parallax and is offering valuable information to us in exchange.
Seriously? Jesus, what kind of shit is in your life anyway?
The worst kind, man. The worst.
Actually, don't answer that. I don't want to be legally liable.
Oh yeah, she's like an advocate for hybrids. Like herself. Like, she's basically a humanoid kitty. Because of some genetic therapy she had to go through just to survive, like cancer or something.
I'm not sure why you think just because I defend a few folks in the rougher parts of the city that I would have that kind of connection.
Well, you're our only lead.
And even if one of my clients did run a carjacking business, it's not like society is clamoring to give hybrids legal jobs. Regardless, I'm not going to be an accessory to a felony, or let one of my clients be either. I won't go down that path. I wouldn't know where to start anyway.
Oh, we could be super mean. I don't want to be mean to her. Before it was actually like warranted, but not now. She's a good person overall. Is there any possible way you could give us any kind of lead at all?
I know we're reaching, but this is important.
You just don't quit, do you? Okay, let me think.
No, I don't quit because this is important. Fish.
This might be a long shot, but you could try asking Majid. There are rumors he may have been involved in some shady stuff way back in the day.
Is Majid not the person we're getting the passports for? No. That was Vincent Mensa. Who's Majid? Is Majid the bar dude?
He'll probably be reluctant to talk about it, but there's a free lead for you.
It's more than we've had before, so we'll take it.
Get me another drink in exchange, will ya? Later.
Huh. That went better than expected.
She didn't tell me what kind of drink she wanted.
I wonder if my charm is starting to pay off for us. Oh, you performed admirably as well. Onward we go.
Oh, thank you, Turing. Such kind words. Yeah, isn't this Majid? This is Majid. Some information, please. A free car? Untraceable?
We were hoping you could give us a little information.
Sure, but first, let's get you a drink. What'll it be?
What was the one? What? Yeah, fucking I don't know. I'll take another fucking I don't know.
So, what did you need help with?
We've run into a roadblock in our search for Hayden.
Word on the street is that he's gone missing, which I'm sure you already know. What can I do?
We know way more than just that.
Yes. An informant of ours needs secure transportation out of the city, but we don't have any contacts who would be able to get us an untraceable car. Jess mentioned that you used to engage in certain extra-legal activities. Perhaps you could point us towards someone who could help?
I feel like he might be upset at us for that.
He doesn't do that kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah, we know.
Right. Sorry, friends. I left that life behind a long time ago. Don't really keep in touch with that crew anymore.
Man, we just need a little crumb of information. Just something to go off on. Please.
Of course. Completely understandable.
Of course.
Sorry to bother you then.
Well, no harm in asking, right? My reputation precedes me.
Don't let it go to your head.
Gus, I need to go to the back and gather up stuff to restock for the rush later on. Mind manning the bar for me?
Take your time. I think I can keep things under control.
Thanks. Love you, hun.
Well, shit.
Well, that leaves us at a dead end. Any ideas on how we should proceed?
What about the lead on the COS.io?
Some nose-to-the-ground journalist techniques for finding leads?
Yeah, we could ask Tomcat for the help. Haven't seen her in a while, so might as well go see what she's up to.
No, Tomcat has already stuck their neck out for us too often.
We can still ask. She was friends with Hayden, so I'm sure she would be more than willing to help.
I feel a little bad about how much we've relied on them as it is. And besides, this is a considerably more felonious action. Morally, we should be dirtying our own hands.
That much is true. I'll give him that. Wow. Let's stuff Vince in the trunk and make it look like a kidnapping. That's a bit of an unorthodox way to resolve things, but I'm not saying it couldn't work. It's just not what I would do personally. What about going through Jess's friends directly?
That might be our only option, though last time we had to have Jess vouch for us so we wouldn't get sold for parts. Well, I'd get sold for parts.
Probably also sold for parts, just different kind of parts.
Can you even use human parts for anything?
Sure can.
Regardless, we might have to chance it. I hope you can ask around without drawing too much attention to us.
Oh, come on.
Are you good, Gus?
Okay, the two of you are killing me here. Look, don't tell Majid about this.
Oh?
But here.
Oh? Oh! You just had a carjacking device just laying around?
What is this, Gus?
Good lord.
It's an automated vehicle maintenance scanner with a few less than standard upgrades. When you circumvent its security codes, you can use it to scan a car's installed firmware and replace it with a new set that will spoof its presence on the city's network. That's the gist of it, but we don't have time to get into any specifics. You need to get the hell out of here with that before Majid gets back.
Damn, dude. What urgency?
Look, Majid has done a lot to turn his life around, to turn my life around.
What do you mean failed? We're succeeding, buddy.
I really respect that about him, and it's part of why I fell in love with him.
Turn your life around?
He did what I was never able to.
What's that?
That's how we met, you know? That old rough and tumble life we both led. But when Stardust struggled and needed money fast, I had to get back in the game to keep us afloat for a few years. I told him it was all angel loans, donations from patrons, lots of things. He'd be heartbroken if he found out I'm still in the game. I had to do whatever I could to keep our new life, even if only one of us is really living it.
That's unfortunate. I'm not sure what he means by all of this. Maybe we'll find out more later on, I don't know.
I may as well give this thing to someone who wants to use it for good, too.
I can't tell you how much we appreciate this, Gus.
Good point.
We might finally be on our way to solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, you didn't get it from me, okay?
No. We just found it laying around somewhere.
Just get out of here and get on with your little Grand Theft Auto. And let me know how it goes, okay?
Of course.
Saw, dude. We're just gonna go. Oh, I always keep forgetting to actually drink the drink. Oh well.
Well, now I think we're cooking with gas, as the colloquialism goes.
At least it was free for us, right?
I'm searching the mesh for instructions on how to use this device as we speak. Let's go look for some likely candidates. I should be ready by then.
Is this fine? Can I use it on this?
Oh, rats! This car has the wrong firmware installed.
Oh, balls.
We won't be able to install our new firmware over top of it. We'll have to check another car.
Where do they have cars in this game? I have no idea. Police station? Well, the answer is no. The park? Oh, Market Street, maybe. There's one. Maybe this one?
Success! This vehicle has the appropriate firmware version.
Let's go! Just casually, GTA.
Someone has been neglecting their regularly scheduled updates.
Bad idea.
Give me a moment to get everything installed.
Is it like fine that there are like, you know, people around?
There.
We're just gonna take it.
There are some other options here I can fool around with.
Like
interesting. What? I can put in preset destination plans for a future date.
Oh.
Why don't we go ahead and set a plan for the car to return to this spot in a week? That's more than enough time for Mr. Mensa to get away. Now we aren't really stealing the car.
We're just borrowing it illegally.
More like borrowing without asking.
Like I said, almost same words. I feel better already.
Me too. The car will drive itself to Golden Gate Park, and we can show Mr. Mensa where it is when we meet him. There. Everything should be set up now.
Let's hope.
Mr. Mensa is waiting for us at Golden Gate Park. We have everything he requested, so we should head back there directly.
I think we're close to the end of this chapter. Let's see. To the Golden Gate Park. GG Park. GG! Saw, dude.
Hey, did you manage to get everything?
Damn, dude.
We did. Here you go, Vincent.
With the briefcase with the monies, with the fake gas password. And I guess we won't be needing that anymore either.
Everything seems to be in order.
Now give us some information, sir.
Here.
Hayden's research.
This disc has all of Hayden's research notes, data collation algorithms, and probably lots on your creation, Turing. It should be everything myself and Melody agreed upon, until she added an amendment while you were out. Frankly, it's no skin off my back.
Huh? What did she do now?
Here.
Parallax badge?
It's my Parallax employee badge.
Oh yeah, this will get us to places, right?
It should allow you access to their networks in case there's anything I've missed.
Right on. Good.
You'll want to use that sooner rather than later. I'm not wasting any time leaving, and Parallax is pretty fast to revoke security. There's no way Hayden's clearance still works. And with that, I'm going to get the hell out of this country.
Wait, this is the country, not just the city?
The credit should tide me over until the heat dies down and I liquefy my shares through some relays.
What about the big project you mentioned earlier?
I suppose I owe you that much. Buckle up. This could get heavy.
Heavy? What could it possibly be, man?
Parallax is about to launch a new service they're calling Big Blue.
Oh, the Big Blue?
At least, that's the project name. Who knows what the marketing guys will come up with for the public.
The hell's the Big Blue? They haven't named the project yet?
They're not even announcing the launch. This shit is dead quiet. Let me explain why. It's a distributed intelligence.
What does that mean?
Like, okay, in every way that Hayden built Turing to be elegant, efficient, and human-like, Big Blue is ham-fisted, bloated, and sterile.
Go on.
They didn't pull Hayden into the project. He's smart, but he's immune to corporate politics. As a result, Big Blue is far less elegant than anything Hayden would make. It lacks his artistry, and it's downright terrifying. It squats on the mesh like a spider and uses the spare processing power and memory from every ROM on the network to handle its intelligence processing.
That doesn't sound good.
It doesn't have much personality, but it's very smart.
Hey, me too, except that I'm not actually smart either.
Big Blue is going to be embedded directly into the network and then self-modify to apply even more efficient algorithms as it develops them in machine time. Look, if you access every ROM, then you have access to every human and every bit of their own personal data associated with them.
Oh. How will Big Blue impact Parallax's business?
I can't really give you a good answer to that.
Understandable. It's a big thing.
I mean, the company is currently handled by a dozen server farms, running thousands of different algorithms with hundreds of people tweaking things every day. When Big Blue launches, it'll handle all of that by itself. And there are shadier applications for it. I mean, if you can collate and analyze data and queries in the mesh in real time, what's to stop you from delivering the content you want rather than what the user wants? The potential for abuse is staggering. We're talking direct control of the information accessible to everyone who uses Parallax's services.
That's no good.
That's something like 80% of the market. They could control elections, push the market in directions they want, even influence public opinion.
Oh, shit, dude. Like I said, not good, man.
All just by asking Big to do it. It's scary stuff.
I must agree.
Having that kind of control would be a hell of a card for Parallax's hand. They'll go to pretty significant lengths to make sure it works.
How did Parallax know about Turing?
I'm only assuming they found out. His contract with Parallax affords him the freedom to work on his own academic projects outside of the company in his free time. He kept a trusted few of us up to date on his progress, bouncing ideas off us and whatnot. It's exciting stuff. Both Turing and Hayden's eventual goal down that road. I wouldn't be surprised if word of it got up to the board and made him nervous.
Probably.
Is the possibility that someone on the inside talked too far-fetched?
I knew it all along. Hayden fell into trouble because of my existence.
As long as you're not blaming yourself.
That's not what I want your takeaway to be. Hayden wasn't working on Big Blue. Knowing him, your creation might have been his clever way to stop it.
Stop it? Why would Parallax be worthy enough to get rid of Hayden?
I don't want you to take what I'm saying the wrong way. And this is just me putting the pieces together.
Yeah, you don't actually know.
Hayden was about to publish his creation of Turing. His findings, as I'm sure you're aware of, would have raised many moral and ethical questions about the advent of machine intelligence. I mean, some of the brightest minds ever have tried to warn humankind away from building real AI. Hawking, Musk, Gates, and the list goes on.
Musk? Gates? I know those names.
The public is likely to be nervous, and legislators even more so. Parallax is banking on being able to launch Big Blue quietly and quickly before the public has a chance to react.
Oh, they're trying to be sneaky. Can we stop it?
Before any counter movement can pick up steam, every eye on the discovery of machine intelligence works against Parallax.
Can't say I'm surprised. They're clearly not good people. Shady businessman. Shady as fuck.
Every new discovery only serves to paint Big Blue as more controversial, more dangerous. Honestly, they probably pressured Hayden to drop his research so that they could keep the public away from the subject. He clearly refused.
I don't know. Thanks, Vincent.
Hey, no problem.
I'd say a lot of problem. At least our contributions to your escape.
I've had enough of this cutthroat corporate bullshit for several lifetimes.
That's valid. I think we all have.
We haven't talked much, but I do believe you can find Hayden. I hope his research notes help you out. Be sure to let Turing help. She's a bright little bot.
She? Oh, what? She? My whole playthrough of this game so far has been a lie. I always refer to it as him. He, him. Oh, I guess it's because of the name. Because like Turing, you know, Alan Turing, a great computer mastermind from Second World War. Anyway, moving on. Turing is a she. Got it. Oh! Yes, I've always thought of Turing as a he. Yes, interesting. Even the games, like, unlike my characters, even like, but he though.
Oh, slip of the tongue. I was just more familiar with Hayden's previous experiment, Grace.
Yeah, that's definitely a she. There was mention before of that.
She was very insistent on things like that.
Good. I've been meaning to ask Turing since you asked me. How would you like to be addressed?
Well, honestly, I don't think I've made my mind up yet.
Okay, no hurry.
I'm still a very new being. I'm not even positive that gender as a human concept can be applied identically to machine. But I do enjoy the idea in abstract.
That's a good point. You don't really have like, well, like it said, gender is like a social construct, but like robots don't have genitals, so there's definitely no sexes, you know?
I will continue to consider how I wish to be referred to as well. Until then, feel free to go with what you feel.
Alright, attack helicopter. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna go with him, because that's what I've always thought of him as.
If I had to make a choice, perhaps they is most appropriate.
Yeah, they are kind of non-binary.
Most people assume it, obviously, but he is also consistently used. Perhaps it's because I'm blue?
I'm blue, yeah,
Oh my god. I'm listening to a machine postulate on how it wants to be referred to, like us.
Isn't it wonderful, Vincent?
What have you done indeed, Hayden? Good luck to both of you.
I like the bass line on this music. It's kind of strong in some points.
Thank you, Mr. Mensa.
Have fun in Mexico or Canada, wherever you go.
I need a few minutes.
Oh, you're right, buddy. What's going on, Turing?
I've been going through some of Hayden's personal notes. Now that I'm starting to get to know Hayden better, the real Hayden as opposed to the Hayden he showed me, I'm finding that I like him less and less.
Oh, really?
For example, remember the earlier prototype Dr. Fairlight and Vincent mentioned?
Yes.
Her name was Grace, and Hayden shut her down for being, I'm not even sure what word to use, too likable? She was kind and bright, and did all she could to try to make people happy.
And Hayden shut her down? Why?
She even decided that she was a girl, and that her favorite color was pink.
Basic bitch. Just kidding.
Hayden thought she was being manipulative.
Manipulative? Oh.
He posited that he had made her personality algorithms too willing to make adaptations that would benefit her long-term survival, and that she was being congenial just to endear herself to him.
Interesting.
That even her gender was a calculated attempt to make him like her more, but he was wrong. Dead wrong, in fact.
How do you know?
I have a snapshot of her personality profiles here, and when I compare them to my own, I can see that she was just nice.
Just nice.
I wish I could have met her. I think we would have learned from each other.
I thought he was gonna say she was just like me, as in Turing. Interesting.
Like I said, I'm not sure I even have a gender.
This has been revealing.
Everyone refers to me as he once they meet me just for convenience, but it doesn't really matter to me at all.
Is that a calculated attempt on my part to impress Hayden? Not clinging to normativity?
Or is it a product of his effort to curb any nascent similarities I had with Grace during my upbringing? I wish I could yell at him for being so arrogant.
We can yell at his corpse when we find it.
Playing God in the crudest of ways. You can't choose to create consciousness and then take it away just like that. Even so, for all of that,
You still
I don't
love
know.
him.
still miss him.
Valid.
This all seems so inane, so senseless. They killed him because him building me would mess with a product launch? That's ridiculous. They took him away from me for such an insignificant reason.
The world isn't fair, and I feel like it's even less fair in 2064 in this universe.
I just want him back. It's impossible, but it's what I want.
Felt that.
I'd do anything.
It's normal to feel like this, Turing.
I'm aware of the Kubler-Ross model of grief.
What now?
I think I'm somewhere between anger and bargaining.
Ah, yes, the five stages of grief. Right.
A testament to Hayden's craftsmanship. Thank you for your words.
I got you, little buddy.
You're a better friend than I could have asked for.
Aww, thanks. How nice of him.
We have other pressing avenues of inquiry to make. Let's move on.
Moving on. I think that's the end of that act. Yep. That was chapter 3. Got it. Back home.
Okay, let's check out what is going on at KCOB now.
Let's do just that. That was such an interesting chapter. I'm not sure if I would call it eye-opening, but it was, it did reveal some things. Fuck. I'm really interested to see what chapter 4 has in store for us next Sunday. A lot of interesting stuff again. I know it's a lot of it's just text mainly, but I find it very interesting. That's it. Thank you all for watching, hanging out. Much love. That's all I have for today, tonight, wherever you are at this time of day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.